Hi, my name is Alina Eisenhower, and I'm coming to you today from Sweet in Worcester, Massachusetts. Today I'm going to show you how to make poached pears. They're a little bit different than your traditional poached pear recipe because we're going to be poaching them in beer. The beer I'm using today is Allagash Tripel, and it's a Belgian-style Tripel that comes from Portland, Maine. And it's a beer that normally we would pair this dessert with, so we're kind of doubling up by also using it in the poaching liquid. I'm going to start with 2 pears that I've already peeled. And then we're just going to cut them in half. You can poach them whole, but it's actually a lot quicker to poach them cut in half, and this is how we're going to plate them afterwards anyway. So we kind of save a step. Take both pears, we're going to go right into our pot. You want a pot that's deep enough to cover your pears with liquid when you're poaching them. Next, we're going to add both of the beers. I have 2 beers here. If you can't find this exact beer, you could replace it with another Belgian Tripel. And basically, you're just wanting to make sure that your pears are covered with liquid to poach. I'm going to let that die down for a second before we add our sugar. This is simple syrup, which is just an equal ratio of sugar and water. Then we're going to add the same amount of simple syrup that we have beer. So it's half and half, and that's going to sweeten it. And that's good. Next, we're going to add some star anise. Very cool looking spice. You can actually use them to plate and decorate as well. It adds a little bit of a licoricey, spicy flavor to it. Not too much, so we're just going to add 1. You could add 2 if you really like the flavor and want to pump it up, but we don't want to interfere with the pears or the beer too much. We're just trying to enhance it. And that just goes in whole right into your poaching liquid, and it's going to stay in there for the entire cooking time. And that's it. You're going to cook that for about 30 minutes or until they're fork tender, not falling apart, but just soft enough to slice. And then you're going to let them cool down. You can serve them either at room temperature, cold, or warm right out of the pot. I prefer to serve them cold with ice cream and fresh fruit. So our pears have finished poaching and they've cooled down, and we've taken them out of the liquid. And I've taken a teaspoon and just cut out the seeds out of the center. We're going to flip it over and make slices all the way through it, starting about 1/4 of an inch from the top so that it stays all attached in one piece. This is going to make for a pretty presentation. That allows you to fan your pear a little bit. Now I'm going to take a scoop of vanilla ice cream. Much better. Let's get a good scoop here. And that's going to go right into the center of my dish. You could actually do this on a plate or a bowl. So then I'm just going to take my pear and we're going to place it right against that scoop of ice cream. There you go. And I like to serve it with blackberries. They just go nicely with all the flavors in the beer and the pears. Pears and blackberries are always a good combination. You could use raspberries as well if you wanted to, and that's your finished dish. Serve that with an Allagash Tripel Belgian-style beer, and you have a perfect pear.